Alright, so intro muna ako. So, hey
Go.
guys, how are you today? So, this is the first episode. Wala pang title yung show. So, magpapagcash ako ng 300 kung may magbibigay ng magandang title sa show. Pero this is the show for the fanboy SEO. This is a show for the geeks. This is a one-on-one intimate show where we feature people of interesting natures, wherever their backgrounds are. So very special for today. Nandito tayo with Saber Source man himself, si Mr. John Russell Yao. And sir, how are you? Wala tayong applause. I will just put the applause on the on the edits.
So recording na. Yeah, yeah. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me. No, so I'm very honored to be part of. Ano, if this is you mentioned this is your first episode, so
First
I'm very
episode.
honored na I'm number one dun sa listahan mo. I'm sure mahaba ang listahan mo.
Mahabang mahaba, pero
Oh,
syempre, we touch base with muna with Star Wars kasi syempre it's one of the
mm-hmm.
hot items right now. So,
Yes.
could you give us an intro of what Saber Source is and how, yun muna, first part, what is Saber Source?
Sige, so sa mga hindi pa po nakakilala, no, so my name is Russell. I am geek in general naman. So nagkataon lang na I'm into more into lightsabers, into Star Wars, no. Since 2017 as a hobby first, then it became a business of sort na rin kumbaga. Back in 2017 kasi sa company ko, I have a day job, no? So, doon sa company ko, we had a party. We had a costume party noon. Tapos, I wanted to go as a Jedi. Syempre. Tapos, wala pang masyadong, hindi pa ganun ka-accessible yung mga lightsabers. Meaning yung mga lightsabers na yung pang-dual, yung maliwanag. Although yung mga Hasbro, pwede mabibili nyo na siya sa mga malls, etc. So, yun yung binili ko, yung Hasbro. It's not as bright, lalo na pag party, nasa stage. Kapag binuksan mo, hindi siya magka-clash against dun sa spotlights ng stage. So, okay lang. I had a makeshift Jedi costume made out of a bathrobe nung hotel plus yung kung saan cloak ko nakuha yung cloak ko. So, Jedi-ish. After nun, I sought out other people like me who are fans of Star Wars and lightsabers in general. So, nakahanap ako ng community called the Philippine Lightsaber Guild. So dun sa group na yun, maraming mga enthusiasts, maraming mga Star Wars fans. Pero specialty talaga ng mga lightsabers. And these are the dual grade ones. Meaning, hindi pwede mong panghampas, pwede mong pag-dual ka. Hindi ka matatakot na mababasag siya compared dun sa mga nabibili nyo sa mall, sa Divisoria, and such. Pag hinataw mo, basag agad, wala na. Sorry ka. Diba?
Tapos ang
Ito,
mahal, di
yung,
ba? Ang mahal pa nung Hasbro na ano.
yung Hasbro's, for the most part, if you can buy it at around $150. I'm not sure kung mas mataas na siya ngayon. Before, it was $150. Pag sa Philippines ka, it will range from around 12,000 to 14,000 pesos. So, mahal na rin siya. Mahal na rin siya ng mga panahon. Pero yun nga, hindi mo pa siya madual. Kaya pag hinapaso,
Mhm.
basag siya. So, tapos yun, sabi ko, uy, meron palang ganito kumunti, sali ako. So, I bought my first one. Sabi ko, uy, ang ganda pala nito. It's nice to hold. Di ka man natakot nga na mabasag. Sabi ko, tapos napansin ko na the community at large um, had a hard time procuring these. Kung hindi mo alam saan bibili, either mapapamahal ka or yun, you can't buy talaga kahit saan. Tapos, ang problema nun, pagdating sa service, kasi for all intents and purposes, the lightsabers naman nung panahon na yun are glorified flashlights eh. Flashlight siya, tapos may tube ka lang, tatukan mo, ilaw yung tube, meron ka ng may lightsaber ka na. So, pag hindi mo alam paano siya ayusin or hindi mo alam yung electronics, yari ka. So, sabi ko, give, why not have that service para magkaroon yung mga tao within the community, yung lightsabers din. Kasi for me, I enjoyed it and I wanted to spread the love of lightsabers to everyone. So, yun na siya, back in 2017. 5 years later, ito na.
It's up. It's up and running. It's successful.
Ah,
So, ano naman, sa segue tayo sa yung life mo as a geek. So,
yeah.
how did this start? How old are you when you started to really love Star Wars?
Ah, to dito, my first Star Wars movie actually Return of the Jedi. I'm around, well, open naman ako. I'm 39
Nag
years old. I'm not that
Laglagan ng edad.
young. Laglagan ng edad. I'm not that young. Pero yun talaga yung unang napanood ko sa Channel 9 pa yun, Channel 9. So,
Mm.
buhay pa yung nagpapalabas talaga sila ng mga movies na so, Return of Jedi. So, tuwan-tuwa ako noon. I'm not sure how old I was, 6 years old, 7, ganun. So, nood ako noon. Tapos, nung naglaon na, oy, meron palang the movies before that Return of the Jedi. So, before, mga Betamax pa, di ba? Mga Betamax, renta ka ng Betamax, nonood ka. Yun, yung dad ko kasi mahilig mag-rent ng Betamax before. So, nirent niya yung episode 4, episode 5. So, doon na ako nagsimula manood ng Star Wars. And I am genuinely a fan of Star Wars. Not siguro sobrang hardcore that compared to the others. Pero 'di ba, if you ask me general Star Wars question, makasagot ko talaga
You'll
yan.
know.
We can
Oo.
geek out about that. So doon ako nagsimula mag Star Wars. Pero fun fact, I am actually more of a Trekkie than a Star Wars fan.
Seryoso?
Oo. So mas ma-expose ako mas maaga sa Star Trek. Kasabayan siya ng Return of the Jedi kasi
Oo,
before.
kasi si
Oo.
Channel 9 talaga, Star Trek eh. Pag Friday
Yeah,
nights,
oo.
di ba?
Oo.
Oo.
Una ko pinanood was Star Trek 3, Search for Spock, Star Trek 4, Voyage Home. So doon ako na-expose una. So mas Trekkie fan ako. So kung mas marami pa ako napanood na Trek shows kaysa sa Star Wars shows actually. So yun lang, yun fun fact. Pero ano it's fun within the lightsaber community kasi it's fun because you can get to live out that parang fantasy of being a Jedi with these lightsabers. Kasi it's physical eh. Wala,
True.
sa Star Trek, wala ka namang transporter, wala ka namang combats, wala
Phasers.
no, phasers that are quote-unquote working.
Working.
Ito,
Oo.
you can see it lights up. Pag pinicturan mo, mukha talagang lightsaber. So it's really fun. So it's very interactive. Kaya siya masaya. That's why I enjoy what I do with lightsabers in general.
Okay. So for your or di ba nakwento mo na yung start ng Saber Source. So ano yung
Mm.
what were the challenges when you were building? Sorry, geeks, pay attention kasi the titos are talking. We're talking business, we're talking shop.
Yes, yes.
So if you wanna
Mm.
earn money, pay attention to this part, ha? Okay?
Ah.
So, yung napalago mo si Saber Source as you mentioned, pero how did
Mm.
you do it? How you already told us the story. Pero go,
Yeah.
yun.
Sige, that's a very good question kasi segue lang, my day job, I'm actually a marketing professional. So I do talaga concepts, integrated marketing communications plans, starting a brand from the ground up. I did all of that already. Naisip ko lang kasi of building Saber Source as a brand. Sabi ko, kasi I've been doing it in the corporate world. What if I did it on my own? What if I did my own brand? Iba kasi yung sarili mong brand eh. I'm not saying na doon sa pinagtrabahuhan ko, hindi ko man in-own yung ginagawa ko as a brand. Pero iba talaga if you own your brand, you market your brand because it's gonna be your identity. Kung paano mo
Mm.
siya gustong i-communicate. Having said that, it's all about it's all about thinking about what the market needs are. The first thing when you do a business is you look at your customer or your target market. Ano ba ang kailangan ng merkado? Ano yung need? Meron bang shortage? May pangangailangan ba? Diba? In my end, sabi ko nga kanina, I noticed that people do not have a very good access to these products. But there are a lot of people that are interested. Maraming may
Mm-mm.
gusto saan makakabili nito, ganun. Tapos saan ba mas mura and such, diba? So yun yung first step. So identifying that market is very critical. Once you identify that market, titingnan mo kung yung needs nila, 'di ba? The market are the lightsaber people. Pero if you have to study it pa mas malalim, ano may pangailangan nila? Kailangan ba nila ng mas mura? Kailangan nila ng may sounds? Kailangan nilang makulay? Kailangan nilang
Mm-mm.
yung design maganda? At that point in time, since wala pa talagang ganong kalaking exposure, it's more of getting one rather than getting a very nice one, 'di ba? So yun muna,
Importante
you
yung
have to
makuha nila, meron agad.
nakuha mo muna, entry to market first. Kailangan mapasok mo muna yung market na merong ganitong mga produkto sa merkado. So yun. So to be very honest and very open, very transparent, I am not the first one to do this kind of business in the Philippines. Hindi ako yung parang, oy, naisip ko ako lang nakagawa. Hindi actually. There was another one, pero hindi natin i-discuss yun. Diba? Pero you have to think about that din, diba? If you're gonna offer something that the competition already has, wala kang special. There's nothing unique for you for people to buy from you. Anong value add mo? Meaning, 'di ba? Kung ay sige, gagayahin ko siya. Anong gusto mong kakaiba? Bakit ka pupuntahan ng tao? Bakit ka bibilan ng tao? It can be price, it can be may pakulo ka and such, 'di ba? Meron kang raffle, ganun. So you have to think about it. Pero yung ako, I chose the route of yung ino-offer kasi niya comes from the US. So matagal yung shipping, medyo mahal yung shipping na tagal, and US prices talaga are really medyo mataas ang pricing in the dollar. So
wala pa yung
naghanap
shipping
ako.
dyan, ha? Wala pa yung shipping
Wala pa yung
cost nun, di
shipping.
ba?
Oo. So sabi ko, what if I found another source na medyo mas mababa yung presyo, mas mabilis yung lead time, and had more features. Diba? Tapos, yun nga. So, research, hanap-hanap ng sources. I found one in China back in 2017 nga. Sabi ko, uy. And actually, pumunta pa talaga ako sa factory sa China just to look at it. I wanted to make sure that these products are actually good for the value proposition that I was proposing to the market. So, sabi ko, uy, okay to. Affordable. It was something na hindi pa masyadong na-offer dito in the Philippines. Tapos wala pa mga Lazada, Shopee nun eh. So sabi ko, uy, very good opportunity to. Sabi ko, sige, I'll test first. I brought in some. Tapos, so that's the first thing. Sabi ko nga kanina, know your market. Know the needs of the market. Once you've done that, then you do your actual marketing, business development. So, paano ba yan? Sabi ko nga, nasa community na ako. Sabi ko, I found myself in a lightsaber community. I got to know some people. Sabi ko, hi, hello, ganito ako. I wanted to offer some products. Can I maybe, parang offer it to the people here within the community? Sabi nila, sure. O di sabi ko, gumawa ako ng mga, yung tawag nila ngayon is content marketing na ngayon, di ba? Ngayon before, it was just, di ba? Pictures, getting videos, demos of it, para mapakita sa market yung proof of concept na you have a product, gumagana to, ganito siya mag-function, di ba? Ito yung kulay, ito yung brightness. So, I started the YouTube channel, basically. I started the YouTube channel. Sabi ko, gawa ako ng videos para pag nagtatanong yung mga tao, oy, paano ba gumagana to? Hoy, may video yung ganito. Diba? Ito, I did the video of this one. Tingnan nyo na lang. Tapos, yun. Kasi it's much easier for people to see it visually, lalo na if your product's really a visual product.
Yes, oo.
So, instead of me explaining it over text or over the phone, no, this is a video. Tingnan nyo. Diba? This is how it works. So, doon nagsimula yung YouTube channel. So, hindi ko na lang talaga na-focus yung YouTube channel, but that was my main content before. The YouTube channel is still up there.
It's still up,
somewhere.
Okay.
Still up. Tapos I even made a parang Lightsaber 101 series of videos. So, diba, if you want to get into this community, maybe episode 1, diba, this is gonna be your first So I really wanted to educate the market. Gusto ko talaga matuto yung market. Gusto ko malaman ng market na bago kayo bumili, ito yung kailangan nyo matutunan. So, dun din yung passion of letting people, aside from the business aspect of it, diba? It's more of letting people know that there is a product, there is something that I can offer to you na mag-enjoy naman kayo. Dito, of course, may presyo siya. Meron siyang cost to you. But the most important thing is we can share in this enjoyment.
It's shared. Oo.
So that's the content part is half of it. The other part of marketing this is actually doing it physically, mga activities on site. So, dati before the pandemic, we had mga pocket meetups. So, we had pocket meetups sa Alabang, sa BGC.
And until now, kasi I follow you on Instagram and on social media, you post pa rin na nagmi-meet up pa rin kayo, right?
After yung nga ngayon na mas relax na yung mga restrictions, we are trying to restart those pocket meetups. Pero ngayon nasa Alabang pa lang kami. The Alabang group is active every Saturdays. So we try to again post some videos about that. Invite people to go there just to enjoy nga. We don't even require people to have their own lightsabers. Just come if you want to enjoy this. We have a lot of spare sabers, hiramin nyo. And just, lang kayo, tambay lang kayo, enjoy lang kayo. Trip lang na talaga namin mag-meet up and play.
Anyway, so,
Sure.
ang ganda yung point mo about sharing the experience. Kasi Star Wars fans are notorious for being gatekeepers. So hearing this is a lot of it's a breath of fresh air kasi syempre it's not really the first time, pero it's one of those times na you're hearing a Star Wars fan not gatekeeping na hindi kayo pwede dito. Amin lang to, kami lang yung may lightsabers. So which brings me to my questions. How do you feel and how do you deal with gatekeeping Star Wars fans? I mean, let's not sugarcoat it anymore. How do you do it? Kasi I want to share how I do it, pero I want to hear how you do it first.
Dito, you are right. Notorious talaga Star Wars. And Star Wars fans talaga, they are, if not the most toxic fan base in all of geekdom. Sobra talaga. This is just lightsabers, pero if you talk about the whole Star Wars in general, casting, the people, the roles, tapos yung mga yung mga representations and such. So sobrang toxic talaga niya. Ako naman, I'm very fortunate in the fact that my circle, at least the circle of friends that I have, generally don't care that much about yung sa gatekeeping. It's more of, hey, we can talk about it. Actually, we rarely talk about yung mga ganong issues. Kunwari yung mga lumalabas na issues na about, even before, one classic example of that issue was si Rose from episode 8, diba? Episode 8, episode 9. There was a lot of talk. Kelly Marie Tran. So, sobrang daming talk about her, etc., etc. My circle of friends, nah.
Diba? Sila okay, Geek Talk ba yan? Is that also include Geek Talk?
Pre-Geek Talk pa to. Geek Talk naman, we will go there.
We'll go there.
Pero pre-Geek Talk naman, kasi yung Saber friends ko naman are really my friends. Especially in the Labang area. So, we meet naman even outside of what the Lightsabers can offer naman. So, tambay, kain dito, ganun. So, may friends naman. Pero, we really don't talk about it that much. That's the fortunate side. Though, pag nakaka-encounter naman ako dun in social media, for me, I don't engage. I'm not sure if it's the right way to do it, pero I'm not sure. I think that may part of me that says na being a certain person in the community, kahit paano, I'm not saying I'm super up there, di ba? Pero I'm, di ba, sabi ko, if there's a lightsaber, I'm the lightsaber guy, kumbaga, di ba? So they know me as the one that has yung supplies the lightsaber. Pero I do not feel compelled to engage in those conversations. You have your point of view. I just prefer not to share my point of view, or I just not prefer to debate you on that. My point of view is they cast someone in this role. If he or she did a bad job of within that role, then that's about it. Diba? Pero yung for me na, no, ang pangit na role, she
cancel
natin siya. Why? Diba? It's a waste of time. You could have done something more productive in your life than keyboard warrioring yourself to canceling everything that you don't like. It's be it publicity, be it whatnot, ano man ang reason of doing that in social media, making yourself known, making yourself famous, infamous, I don't care. For me, it's a waste of time. Especially me, I'm sure you can relate to this, being a family man. 'Di ba? This enough in itself takes time. So me doing this Star Wars thing, being in Geek Talk, doing some live streaming on the side takes time. Not to mention that I have a day job pa.
Yes.
So
Pa.
me, ba, parang expending another part of my time and another part of my energy doing this and that just to express my beliefs in something that really doesn't hold that much sense for me. Doesn't
Mm-mm.
make wala talaga. So that's how I deal with it. I just don't engage with it. I have friends that engage with it. I read it. Fine. Bahala na kayo dyan. I know how you stand. Good.
Okay.
So,
Good for you. Parang ganun. Actually, I
oh.
share the same sentiments with you. Pero there is a point in time din na sometimes parang medyo sumusobra ka na, medyo toxic ka na sa ibang grupo. I have to call you out or I have to either do say something to, just stop you from continuing your cancerous behavior.
Mm.
Pero yung overall yung sinabi mo, I do that and I agree 100%. And sana yung mga nakikinig sa atin and yung mga nanonood nito, that's how you can also deal with toxic behavior. Especially, again, with Star Wars. This is Star Wars we're talking about. Actually, parang hindi na ganun ka, ganun din ba? I mean, I'll have to check back on your Trekkie roots. Ganun din ba ang Star Trek fans?
Mas hindi naman historically, hindi naman ganun ka-toxic ang Star Trek fans. Especially now, there are aspects of Star Trek, for example. We diverge to the
Yeah.
Pero kasi Star Trek now is this is the most diverse Star Trek has been. Not not to the not to the cast or the people. It's always been diverse. That's always been the story of Star Trek. Diversity and accepting that diversity within the world or within the Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is in terms of how Star Trek is segmented now, ang daming shows, ang daming ganito. So that's how diverse it is right now. Parang within this era, Discovery, Strange New Worlds,
Yeah.
Lower Decks, ang dami.
Ang dami.
Before just it can be one or two at the same time. So pwede mag-overlap ang DS9 and Voyager, mag-overlap ang DS9 and Next Generation. Pero that's it. Those are
That's
the
it.
two shows that exist. Ngayon, sang katutak yung shows na nag-exist. Dagdag ko pa yung Orville kahit hindi naman talaga siya Star Trek. 'Di ba?
That's
Pero
true.
yun nga. So, ngayon because of that spread, 'di ba? People tend to jump into the bandwagon of yun nga, parang being woke or being may mga diversity issues and such. Ngayon pa lang uli. Pero it's not as heavy as Star Wars.
Star
Talaga.
Wars.
Pero in terms of in terms of how they handle it, I think Star Trek handles this better.
Pretty well,
Much
no?
better than Star Wars kasi ngayon representation, they do a good job of it. Like for Strange New Worlds, Lieutenant Ortegas is a very good example of hindi ko alam kung nakaka-relate yung mga ibang tao watching this one. Pero yun, there's a helmswoman na nandun. Very siya. Hindi ko alam kung ang ambiguous pa naman yung gender preference niya. Pero they're making her something na kahit na hindi siya yung pinaka main character in that series, pero she's a focal point of what diversity is and should be.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi they take it chill eh. Hindi nila pinipuwersa yung character to be someone. Andun
Okay.
lang siya. She's female. She acts a little bit male. Maikli ang buhok niya. So parang, pero they don't
Duel.
they don't dwell on it. Di na naman pinapakita na attracted siya to a certain person, ganun.
Mm-hmm.
Parang doon siya. She's a badass character. She's a great comedic timing. And ganun. That's how even other fandoms should treat that subject. Diba? Just make
Okay.
a very good character out of it. You don't need
Speaking
to
of
tell
speaking of shows, could I give or could you give us yung ranking mo ng Star Wars Disney Plus shows right now?
Disney
I'm
Plus
interested
shows.
to hear that. Yes.
weirdly enough, magsisimula pala ako sa Andor. Magsimula. So, I can't say anything about Andor. Although maganda yung sinasabi nila about Andor. Disney Plus series right now, yung iba hindi nila gusto. I actually enjoyed Obi-Wan Kenobi. I actually enjoyed Obi-Wan Kenobi. Mostly because of the nostalgia. There are some things that I nitpick, for example, production value. Pero overall, okay naman siya. Other Star Wars, Mandalorian, of course. The Mandalorian TV show is very nice. It explores something outside of yung after the Empire, which is a little bit parang wala masyadong story about that one eh. Dun sa canon na. Of course, the Legends universe has a lot of that after the Empire. Pero this one is a nice show that I actually follow. Tapos, medyo iffy ako sa Book of Boba Fett.
Yes.
Medyo iffy ako doon just because ano ito dito, the character is so much different from what you know from episode 5, episode 6. They tried to explain it in such a way na nagkaroon siya ng transformation,
Yeah.
na nagkaroon siya naging part siya ng tribe and such. Pero
does it click for
I'm
you?
still meh ako eh.
Meh.
Okay. Andun pa ako. So kung may ranking ako, I'll do Mandalorian first, number 1. Obi-Wan Kenobi, number 2. Book of Boba Fett, still iffy pa ako. I really want to watch Andor first before I do a rank of Book of Boba Fett. Pero sa ngayon, nasa pinakababa ko yung Book of Boba Fett. The only saving grace for Book of Boba Fett is Ming Na Wen. Yun na.
Ako para sa akin, it would be the secret Mandalorian episode. Parang, teka lang, are we watching Boba Fett or are we watching the Mandalorian here? Parang, teka lang, okay, pero sige, pagbibigyan ko sila. Nabawasan sila ng isang episode sa totoo lang. It should have been like a special Mandalorian episode eh.
Correct.
Diba?
I agree.
If you were to nitpick on some things in general for Star Wars in TV, and we're not even going through the new sequels yet, TV muna tayo. So what worked for you? What didn't work for you? What if you were in charge of Disney Plus, what would you make changes to?
Wow, ang bigat dun So, pero
let's play God muna tayo.
Nasabi ko na naman yung about Book of Boba Fett. Ayun nga, the story about it does not gel with me compared to how I knew Boba Fett before. I'm not saying naman na 'di ba, sobrang hate ko siya and no, let's cancel it. Again, I'm not that kind of person. This is my opinion na ganun siya. For me, I would have liked something else. Pero, di ba, nandyan na siya di ba? So, let's work on it. Hopefully, they can work on it on something better in the next season. What to nitpick? Yun nga, yung if you want to rewatch that episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi when, they landed na on Jabin. Tapos, Jabin ba? Isa yung Rebel Base. Yung Rebel Base na yun. They landed it as stormtroopers, na sa Riva. They wanted to open the blast doors. Sobrang napangitan ako sa production value. Parang what happened? Parang siya, yung backdrop sobrang fake. Yung stormtroopers,
di ba?
Oo, tapos yung stormtroopers yung parang ilan lang ba ito lang yung nag-show up sa attendance. Sabi ko, what? So yun yung parang could have from a production point of view, 'di ba? Sana mas okay na Ant-Man nila mas maganda ng itsura. I wanted to talk about again since I'm a lightsaber guy. And I wanted to talk about that that nitpicking of people where, for example, I'll open one lightsaber. Yung when people see the reflection now before when you watch the new movies before, prequels and the original trilogy, there's no reflection of the light in the body. Of course,
In their
kasi
face,
they were
yeah.
just, nirotoscope lang din naman nila yung light eh. Pero on the sequels and on the TV shows, meron na eh. Kasi
Mm-mm.
they actually use the same thing that we use now. Ito na yung ginagamit nila. So yung
Oh,
ilaw na that's how they do it now. Tapos ano na lang additional post-processing na lang
clean
after.
up, clean up.
Oh, clean up lang. Pero they use the same tech, same yung mga ganitong um yung mga replicas na ganito, they already use this one, the aftermarket ones. Which
Mm-mm.
is, di ba, a little bit hypocritical of Disney. That's another subject altogether. That they actually source it from the custom makers. Tapos yun yung pang-film nila. So, but I digress. Pero yun nga, nagdi-nitpick yung mga tao doon na, iba itsura niyan. Ito na naman. Di ba, hindi kami sanay na may ilaw yung katawa, yung sa katawan, nagre-reflect yung kulay ng lightsaber sa katawan. Which is funny to me. Di ba mas realistic siya? Kasi nga,
Mas realistic.
it's
Yeah,
light, guys. It's supposed to emanate light. Di ba? Hindi
true.
naman siya yung naka-confine lang dito eh.
Mas mukha ka nga CGI pagka walang shadow eh.
Di ba? Pero
Oo.
maraming nagagalit dun. So, again,
First time ko
why?
narinig yan, ah. First time ko narinig yan, na nagagalit sila. Parang, mas maganda
Oo.
nga eh. Diba?
So,
O,
yun nga.
ito, yung
Di ba?
shadow, may light ako, may shadow yung ano ko, diba? Mas mukhang totoo.
Oo. Di ba?
Diba?
Di ba siya di ko maintindihan sa mga tao. May good thing, magreklamo sila. May bad thing. Di ba?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Guys. Ano
Can
bang
you tell us more, ano, ay, sorry, can you tell us more kung ano yung bestseller mo? Kasi dito na tayo sa part na, well, let's hype up your Saber Source. So, tell us more kung
Okay.
ako yung first timer, wala akong idea, tell me what to buy or suggest to me what we could buy.
Sige. Little bit lang of siguro business, medyo may mga technical terms tayo sa business, no. So,
Mm-mm.
entry to market natin of lightsabers still very low. What do I mean about that? Yung kumbaga not there's still a lot of people who don't know that these products exist. Even within the 5 years of how I'm doing it, diba? Of all of the
Mm.
videos that I did. I'm even on TikTok right now just doing these. Diba? Pero
Yes.
pero surprisingly, pag nag-post ako tapos nagbo-boost ako ng post. I do that naman. I do spend money on boosting some of the content that I have. Of
Oh,
course, it's a
kids,
business.
that's part of business, huh? You don't. That's not cheating. We even
Oh,
I do that. Even I do that for my day job. So that's
oo.
normal.
Normal yun. You boost, of course, kasi you want, andun na yung platform eh. You want to take
Yeah.
advantage of the platform. It's more idiotic if you don't use the platform, the resource that you have. It's already there. Pero yun, going back, ay, pag binuboost ko siya, tapos maraming tatanong, totoo ba to? Ano to? Diba? Parang marami pa rin tatanong, they don't know about this one. So, the market is really, really big if you think about it. Um, it's it's niche to a point na Star Wars in general, hindi naman lahat mahilig sa lightsabers. Niche siya. Pero, yung niche market na yun, kung ininitpick mo yun, malaki rin yun. It's gonna be, millions, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of people in the Philippines that can be or will be interested in lightsabers. They just need to know that these products exist. Having said that, um, since na marami pang bago, ang pinaka bestseller pa rin is yung pinakamura pa rin. Hindi hindi pa rin siya nagda-digress from the first time I did it until now. The bestsellers are still the below 5,000 peso ones.
So
Yun
okay
naman
lang yung
yung pinaka
5,000.
oh, and
Kasi the one where I'm going back to the concept that I'm the fresh buyer.
ah
Wala akong yung 5,000 ko ba pwede ko nang ipang ganun yan or kailangan medyo mag-iingat ako?
good question. So all of the products that we offer, unless we really say it, na hindi siya pang ganun, it's all dual grade, meaning pwede mo talaga siya pang
Yeah.
canvas. It's the level of grade lang kung paano mo siya dual. So yung mga mas mura or mas cheaper, you can do it light to medium contact, meaning hindi siya yung parang galit ka, pang harabas, ganun. Pwede mo siyang,
Mm-mm.
you can do choreography. You can do a video out of it na naghahampasan kayong ganun. Pero not to the intent of harming someone. Diba?
Hindi level ni Anakin Skywalker killing younglings. Hindi
Oo, not
ganun.
that one. No. Pero yun yung ano, 'di ba? Makikita mong may tama, may tunog, 'di ba? There's a sound of hitting the saber. There's a ano ba 'yan? There's a level of satisfaction na pag hinataw mo yun, uy, it's a hit, it's a legitimate hit. That's what you call
Mm-mm.
dual grade. So yung mga ganun, dun sa mga 4,500 peso value, you can get that. And ang maganda lang, yung 4,500 peso na yun, hindi nagbago from the time na 2017. Ang nagbago is
Oh.
the cost kasi, since mas marami nang gumagawa, mass production, the costs went down.
Mm-mm.
But the tech went up.
Goes up.
Oo. So, ang maganda doon, yung 4,500 mo ngayon, kumpara 5 years ago, would give you a much better quality. It has sounds, and it can change colors. So, hindi mo na
Mm-mm.
kailangan, dati, tatanungin pa, anong color ang gusto mo sa lightsaber? Kasi isa lang ang pwede mong kunin. Pag bumili
Mm-mm.
ka ng 4-5, isang color lang yun. Kung gusto mo na mas maraming color, you have to shell out more.
More.
Oo. Ngayon, pag 4-5, multicolor na agad siya. Tapos marami,
Oh.
so ganun na agad. So that's how the level of tech is right now. So maganda na siya. Tapos the sounds naman are pretty decent. Tapos multiple sounds pa siya. You cannot, di mo na masastuck sa isang tunog lang siya.
Mm-mm.
So pwedeng Sith yung sound, pwedeng Jedi yung sound, pwedeng hindi rin Star Wars yung sound. Diba? So
Okay.
marami nang gano'n na pwede.
Okay, so going back to dual grade or yeah, to dual
Mhm.
grade. So, 'di ba you were mentioning kanina there's a difference between yung level ng yung delicate lang or yung medium lang and yung
Ah,
talagang Anakin level ng dahas.
ah.
So, if I want again, I'm a new guy and I wanted to buy
Mm.
yung ganong level,
Mm.
what kind of model or what would you know, ano yung mga guidelines na kailangan kong malaman, ano yung mga pwede kailangan mo sabihin sa akin for that?
Okay. For ano naman, for the heavy and the light to medium contacts, it depends on the blade,
Mm-mm.
not on the hilt.
Oh.
So, meron tayong blade na mid-grade, meaning ito yung maninipis na blade. So, it's around 2 millimeters thin. 2
Mm-mm.
millimeters thin yung wall nung polycarbonate. This is made up out of polycarbonate. So, ito yung mga bulletproof glass na makakapal, di ba? So, ganun siya. Polycarbonate. So, 2 millimeters yung normal thickness ng mid-grade. Yung heavy grade, kung gusto niyo talagang malakas na pangampasan, mga around 3 millimeters yun. That 1 millimeter really makes a difference both
Mm.
in mass and also in weight. Medyo mas mabigat yung heavy grade natin. So, if you have a heavy grade, mas may, mas may, parang, pwede ka mas malakas ang hampas mo. Yeah, so, ganun.
Oh. And in terms of warranty, is there warranty there? I mean, this is something that you smash and hampas.
Mm.
So, is there warranty?
Warranty naman, it's a very loose 1 year. What do I mean? Loose 1 year, pag tag dito, you can be safe warranty 1 year. Pag lumabas ka ng 1 year, pwede pa rin man akong kausapin. Oh, kamusta tayo? Kasi may problema dito. Sige, meron akong spare dito. Bigay ko na sa'yo.
Marami
Ganun.
ba siyang movable parts? I mean, marami siyang
Ano,
parts na...
a few years ago, you really needed a sophisticated person to actually well, let's make the American term
solderings.
solder. Solder.
Solder.
Tayo solder.
Oo.
Silent L pala sa US yun. Nalaman ko lang yun a few years ago. Solder ako ng solder.
Kaya...
Solder daw yun. So, yun. Sa soldering yun. So, kailangan medyo minuha ko. Ngayon, yung mga ino-offer namin, module na lang siya. Tatanggalin mo na lang yung module. So, for example, ito. Luke Skywalker Episode 6.
Yes.
So, this is the replica grade. Replica grade na siya with all of the mga arrows. Kita ba yung blinking? Yung lighted
Yep.
arrows here.
Yes.
Yan, may ilaw din siya. Pero, ano na siya, natuto na rin yung mga installers and manufacturers to make it modular para sa service natin mas madali.
Mm-hmm.
So, ito lang actually sa laki-laki nito, ito lang yung pinaka-modular. So, every other part, yung may part dito, wirings and such, fixed na siya dyan. Pero the actual core of it, meaning the soundboard is here, the battery is here, the speaker is here. So ito na lahat yun. So natuto na rin sila para kapag may repair and such, papalitan mo na lang to.
Yun na lang.
Tanggal, kabit. Ganun lang ang service natin ngayon. So it's much easier right now.
Okay, I wanted to touch on something, and that is on in regards to health. Kasi nga, you mentioned kanina nagmi-meet up kayo with your friends
Yes.
sa Alabang. So, can you confirm and can you verify na pwedeng gamitin as an exercise ano yung meetups niyo with the fight with duels?
Yes, yes. What we do, yung mga regular meetups namin before, may calisthenics part talaga of it. Depende na doon sa training schedule nung what we call temples. The small groups kasi we call them temples.
Mm.
We wanted to still make it parang Star Wars lore pa rin. So the temple in Alabang is Corellia Temple.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't know Corellia is the home planet of Han
Han
Solo.
Solo.
Yes, Corellia Temple. Sa Pasig is the Corban Temple. The Corban Temple is the Sith Temple. Sith ano sila, yun yung lore niya. So you can Google on that kung gusto niyo malaman kung yung Corban. If you've played Star Wars The Old Republic,
And
Corban,
you should.
Corban is the one where Darth Malgus yung bumalik sila to fight si Satil saka yung master ni Satil Shan, diba? So, parang Corban is ours again, sabi nila. Kasi na-conquer na ulit nila. So, pero yun. So, Corban is the Sith Temple. Tapos sa BGC naman, which is hindi pa namin uli nasimulan, is the Bespin Temple. Bespin naman
Bespin.
sa episode 5, nanonood kayo, is the Cloud City of Bespin. Diba?
Yes.
So, yun lang we try to make it the names to the lore pa rin.
To the lore.
Pero yun.
Pero
so,
dapat si Bespin is mga taga-Tagaytay, di ba?
Oo.
Di ba?
Or Baguio, di ba?
Baguio.
Ganun. Yung Baguio Temple, Kashyyyk is the Baguio Temple. Kashyyyk.
Kasi mukhang forest. Okay, fine. Di ba?
At least sinabi mo mukhang forest, di mukhang Wookiees yun. Joke lang Baguio friends, ha? Joke lang Baguio friends, ha? Joke lang.
So, in closing naman,
so depending nga dun sa temple, sa Corban Temple, they have talaga a fixed regimen of if you want to train your arms for spins, to strengthen your arms, yun yung mas nila doon, mas focus nila doon. So every time you meet up, meron tinatawag na 700 strikes. So you have to use your sabers and strike 700 times. So after that 700 times, masakit na yung braso mo. Pero yun yung part of the workout. Then may mga activities din outside of that. For the Alabang Temple naman, for Corellia naman, it's more of the choreograph. So it's more of a dance if you think about it. So footwork plus yung swings ng yun yung mas focus ng Corellia. So yun nga, depends on the temple din naman and the teachings. See, we have the members that facilitate the trainings are actually either experienced martial artists din naman in their own right. We have arnisadors, we have one is in wushu, for example. So may mga ganun, diba? So may mga teachings naman sila in how to do sports, martial arts sports. Not necessarily self-defense, guys, walang self-defense sa tinuturo namin. It's more of it's more of the sport of it, health talaga.
Yeah. So how do they join you? I mean, kunwari, may malapit sa Alabang, ako Laguna. So I want to go to the Alabang. How do I find you guys?
So yun. Currently, we have regular meetups na in Alabang every Saturday around 6:30 p.m. Nagsimula kami ganun. Doon sa Philinvest 10. If you don't know Philinvest 10, you can Google it naman, madali lang. It's right. Malapit siya sa Acacia Hotel and sa South Supermarket. May Jollibee doon, may McDo doon. Kaya pagkatapos yung mag-exercise, sibog naman kayo sa McDo sa Jollibee. So wala rin nangyari sa exercise.
Wala din.
Pero yun, so doon, we meet at 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. It's mas masaya talaga paggabi kasi doon mas maganda tignan yung mga lightsabers.
It will show up.
It will show up. So, naman, there's no invitation needed. Come there whenever you like to go there. If you want to regularly be part of the temple, we have a group chat lang naman na nag-usap kami doon. Tara, do we meet up on Saturdays o anong gagawin natin, etc. So yun, para magkaroon lang din malaman yung dinamiko ilan yung dadating. So we can also prepare.
Okay. And, final questions dito, or second to the last question. What made you love Star Wars? Anong core element, anong principles ng Star Wars yung minahal mo?
Obviously, lightsabers talaga.
Lightsabers talaga.
Iba talaga yung, it brings out the kid in everyone. The most recent Toy-Con, we had the booth there. Most
and you sold a really super cheap lightsaber.
We had an exclusive for Toy-Con alone. Di ko siya binenta outside of Toy-Con. We had an exclusive one back then. Yun nga, young and old alike talaga. Yun talaga yung the spread of the customers coming in. There was no age, no gender. Wala talagang market na sobrang specific to those people. Pupunta sila doon, they'll look at the display. Wow.
And sino yung special guest mo?
Sino doon?
Sino yung special guest mo na bumili?
Sir Jano?
Sir Jan, sino pa? Si Michael B, di ba?
Si Michael B bumili, hindi siya bumili sa Toy-Con. Punta ako sa bahay ni Michael. Umorder siya. Punta ako sa bahay ni Michael B. I went to his house twice kasi the first time, umorder siya, dinala ko doon. Hindi niya ako makausap kasi busy siya. They had a family thing. So, dinrap off ko lang doon. The second time, sabi ko, Kuya Bitoy, kita naman tayo kasi sabi ng nanay ko gusto yung picture eh. So, yun. He made time naman talaga. He's a very nice guy. So yun nga, doon kita kami doon. Naglaro nung nakuha niya yung second and third lightsabers niya. Tinawag pa niya anak niya. Tapos naglaro pa talaga sila doon habang nag-aayos ako ng gamit. So yun. So they're really naman yun nga. So, sinasabi ko lang, 'di ba? Walang age or walang ganong restrictions for you to enjoy
walang status din.
Kaya
walang social status.
Ganun. Kaya it's very interesting to me. Again, Star Wars has a very polarizing fan base. Pero when it comes to the toys, when it comes to the fantasy, everybody loves it. Wala, kahit galit kasi ganito, kay ganon, putya, pag nakakita ng ganito, uy, okay na, subukan na. Pag sinwing mo na, maramdaman mo yung sounds, wow! Diba? Wala na yun. Talo ka na kahit ano pang prejudice mo against anything about Star Wars. When you hold the lightsaber in your hand, the light, the sounds, you feel like a kid again.
So awesome. So, in closing, could you invite our viewers and the podcast listeners to follow you? Where can they find you, sir?
So, yun. So, salamat. So, you can find me naman in most of the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I even have a LinkedIn account. Gumawa ako for the heck of it. Gumawa ako na Saber Source LinkedIn account just for the heck of it.
I-follow ko yan. Professional, Professional.
Kasi, sorry, a little bit segue. Alam mo yung when you want to visualize yourself na, I want to make this something big.
Yeah.
Eventually, I want to do this full time. What if lumaki ng ganun yung business in such a way na I have to hire people. I'm doing this alone, by the way. I'm doing this on my own. I do have partners like yung mga partner stores that I display in, pero the business aspect of itself, di ba? From the sourcing to the pricing to the marketing, ako lahat yan. From 5 years ago until now, ako pa rin lahat yan. So, what if, I'm trying to parang manifest it na, magkaka-LinkedIn page ako, magkakaroon ng ganitong company, I can get people employed, do content, do whatnot. So, yun yung, kaya ko naglalagay ng mga placeholders na gano'n. Parang just to make myself see something as a goal for me. This is also an advice to all of those young people out there that don't know, kunwari, out of college or even in college, what do you want to do after that? If you cannot visualize something, put placeholders, put goalposts on what you want to do. Or yung mga ideas nyo lang. Ako nga, idea ko, lalaki to. Diba? My day job is good.
Manifest.
My day job is good, but it would be much better for me in my own personal way if I can do it, parang earn on my own without being in the corporate setting and do my own business yun. So kaya naglagay ko ng goal post na ganun in LinkedIn. Sabi ko magkakaroon din ako ng one employee or 10 employees. Okay, di ba? Yun yung ano ko,
Okay, yeah.
yung first na visualize ko. So yun ang advice ko to all of that. Aspiring entrepreneurs or aspiring people who want to do something out of their passion. So yun. Having said, kasi may LinkedIn ako, YouTube, sabi ko nga kanina, I even have a Twitter account na hindi ko inactive. Pero again, nilagay ko lang just for the sake of magkaroon ako ng Twitter account. Most of my content now is focused on TikTok in
Mm-mm.
terms of videos. In terms of the pictures, nasa Facebook, Instagram pa rin ako. TikTok is just easier to spread the content around for short videos, 1 minute na ganun. So, mas
I'll
madali
just put
talaga siya
it
makareach ng
here. Here,
SE.
here, 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 here. Yan,
Yan.
dyan lalabas ko yung ano dyan.
So, yun. So, yun yung sa videos. For the Facebook and Instagram, most of the pictures are there. You can find, I have a link that consolidates all of my social media accounts. And even the catalogs, I'll just share the link na lang to para
Yes.
makita niyo So pagka-click niya, makita niyo, i-click niyo na Facebook, Instagram, or even the catalogs are also there.
The
So para
catalogs are super
ma-browse niyo.
important.
Oo, kasi nga I'm in this point in my life na I keep answering the same questions over and over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
So,
FAQs.
so why not do a catalog? Magkano yan? Tingnan niyo na lang po
Yeah.
ito. I mean no disrespect to people that, 'di ba? I show to the website. Pero it's gonna be much easier for both of us eh. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
Makita mo na lahat ng designs, makita mo lahat ng presyo, 'di ba? Kaysa, magkano to? Magkano naman to? 'Di ba? Guys. So,
Yun.
that's where you can find me. We have a store. We have two stores. We have two storefronts in Green Hills. One is in Total Dibs in the third floor, Shopsville. I have a
Mm.
big signage. I have a big lighted signage there in the third floor of Shopsville. Hindi nyo miss out yung Saber Source there. The
Gawa din
second
sa
one,
lightsaber yun.
hindi naman, hindi naman. Acrylic light side, acrylic lang siya. The second one is in Collective Base doon sa above yung sa Theater Mall sa
Theater mall.
taas ng Starbucks and Savory. Pero as far as I can tell, they just informed me earlier we're gonna move. So we're gonna move outside in a few months. We're gonna go back to the promenade area or
Mm.
doon sa nag-comment sa TikTok na wrong pronunciation daw ng promenade.
Promenade. You're
Kasi
fancy.
promenade is the French way of saying it. Diba? Promenade is the American. I'm not wrong. Diba? The promenade is the US version of it. So anyway, so yun. Minsan nag-nitpick lang sa ganun. Diba? Huwag ka na maging Nazi kung hindi mo naman alam kung ano yung sinasabi mo.
Yes. Huwag kang maging si Emperor.
So yun, so baka babalik kami doon sa basement babalik yung mainstream Manila kasi doon ako sa part ng mainstream Manila display. So doon sa basement,
Mm.
I might move also display. Pero dalawa siya. We also plan to expand the store doon sa Total Divs to a bigger area kasi ngayon shelf area lang ako eh.
Mm.
Yung partner ko in Total Divs, sabi ko, I want a floor area, kumbaga. Kasi people would want to, this is something that you need to experience, not look at.
And
Diba?
swing.
The collectors would like to look at this. Fine. I am not a collector. If you see my personal saber, this is a replica saber that I'm holding, but it has a lot of scratches, a lot of dings, because I use this. This is a toy. I want to use my toys. So, hindi siya yung naka-display sa rack lang. And I
Aray ko
want people to...
naman!
Sorry. Not... No disrespect to people, pero kasi that's how I view toys eh. It's meant to be played with, especially with
Yeah.
this one. Diba? You want to experience it. You want people to experience it. And then you're just gonna look at it, parang wala eh. Walang,
Yeah.
hindi na hindi na satisfy. I want to satisfy you. Kahit hindi nyo siya bilhin, I don't mind. Diba? Of
Just,
course, mas maganda pag binili nyo. Diba? It
mm-mm.
helps me. Pero for people, especially the kids coming in there, kukuha lang siya, light up, the parents will take a picture. Ang saya-saya kaya nun. Especially kasi I have kids of my own. If I see my
Mm.
kid very happy with toys, especially yung mga, parang sasaya lang siya, di ba? It makes my day.
Yep.
Yun lang naman yung sa akin eh. So, yun nga, I want the floor area eventually para mahawakan nyo. You can light it up, take a picture, tag nyo kami, gano'n, di ba? So, yun. So,
Yes.
we want to do that within Green Hills. Tapos, we also want to expand here in the South. So, abangan nyo yung South. Sana matugin totoo yung South.
Huwag mo ko kalimutan invite ha. Sa
Oo naman.
pagsa-South ha.
Kahit naman doon sa Green Hills, when we reopen the Green Hills bigger
Yes.
area, we're gonna invite naman everyone to be there. Um, yung ginagawa ko is kind of a reverse thing. Nauna muna ako sa online, then we're opening the
That's
physical
okay.
stores.
It's perfectly
Diba?
fine eh.
So, pero yun lang. So, yun yung gusto kong gawin. Tapos, yun. So basically, that's where you can find me sa Green Hills and online. Hopefully, you can also find me in the cons if we do
Yeah.
join the cons. Last time was ToyCon. Hindi lang ako sumali on the subsequent ones because again, I have a day job. Yung the ToyCon talaga, I had to file a leave. I had to prepare a lot of things for me to actually
For that.
join ToyCon. So, ano yan, talagang ToyCon for me is yung
Pinaka.
I cannot miss that. I cannot miss that. I-miss ko na yung iba, wag lang yung ToyCon. So, talagang inayos ko yun.
Any
So,
parting words?
good. So, if you are interested or if you are just curious of how these work, sabi nga, you have you can find us in social media. If you have particular questions, you can drop a message in our different social media platforms. I am the one who's answering that as well.
Mm.
Wala po tayong, meron lang, may welcome remarks lang na automatic yun. Pero subsequently, ako naman din yung kausap niyo.
Yep.
Baka kasi kala niyo bot yung kausap niyo. Hindi, ako po yung kausap niyo dun. Tapos, parting words lang to everyone, especially in the fandom, guys, chill. Chill lang. Let's just enjoy whatever it is we can enjoy. If you don't like something about something in Star Wars, we can discuss about it, but there's no need to cancel something, anything
Mm.
about it, unless it's a very, very disturbing thing na kunwari, meron, diba, there is something really bad. Pero kung wala naman talagang pangit na ginawa, na hindi nyo lang siya talagang trip, wala namang cancelan, guys. So, let's just try to enjoy it. Let's be constructive in our criticisms. Huwag tayong
Mm.
mag-down na mga tao. If you don't like something, let's suggest something. Hindi yung wag niyo i-down yung ibang mga tao. For those naman in the costuming in the costuming community na lumalago na rin, some people can afford the expensive ones, some people cannot. Let's support one another in that community. Kung hindi man sing mahal or sing ganda yung costume ng iba, there's no need also to criticize others. And even in lightsabers, sinasabi ko naman sa mga tao, whatever your lightsaber is, you're welcome in the community. Even if you don't have a lightsaber, you're welcome in the community. Kung ang lightsaber mo yung plastic na galing Divisoria, sama ka sa amin, walang problema. Yung ano mo, yung lightsaber mo, off-brand na hindi talaga, wala talaga kinalaman sa Star Wars, pero umiilaw na espada, sama ka rin, wala kaming problema.
Yung sa
So,
akin yung collapsible eh, yung ginaganon-ganon, yung
oo,
segmented. Okay
I
lang
have
yun.
one. Meron din ako dyan, nakatabi lang somewhere there. That was my kid's first. Kasi ito, medyo mabigat to eh. Medyo
Mm.
bakal eh. This is metal eh. Yung plastic that was his first one. It was pretty much okay. Especially for me, na, hey, diba, this is the most accessible. I am the person who has the most access to this one. Pero I still chose to give my kid the plastic one that doesn't light up. Kasi yun talaga yung kaya niya.
Oo.
Diba? Ay, di ko na kailangan puwersahin na, hindi, ako yung lightsaber person, dapat maganda rin ang lightsaber. No. It's about the enjoyment that the person has with his or her lightsaber. It's not how pretty it is or it's not how ano it is. If that's kung yun yung afford nyo, no judgment on me. Kung
It's true.
if you want to have all the fancy ones, kung afford nyo, fine. Pag di nyo afford, please do not force yourself, diba? You can
Yep.
pwede naman pag-ipunan lahat yan, pwede pag ano yan. Pero the most important thing, and this is my last word now, the most important thing is for us to share the love of lightsabers to everyone, especially to the fandom, even the outside of the fandom as well.
Yun. And with that, guys, my name is Earl. I thank you for watching our first episode of, apparently off camera, I found the name. It's just the Fanboy SEO Show. And my name is
Yes,
Earl. And
tama yun.
Sir John Russell Yao of Saber Source,
Yes,
thank you for taking the time. It's really, pero super excited ako kasi sabi ko first, ikaw yung first ano ko first guest ko, ikaw first victim
yes.
ko. So, thank you. And subsequently, I will invite you again for siguro pagka nakausap ko yung Geek Talk and let's do a big Zoom interview with all
Sure.
the rest, right?
Walang
So,
problema.
nakikinig ka dyan, Galactic Shark, alam mo na gagawin na. Alright? So guys, thank you for watching and please subscribe to the channel and also to the podcast. Give us a like and follow and see you next week. Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Okay, and let me just... Saan na yung ano ko?